Joshua,
Yeah.
I have to issue a correction.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it has been brought to my attention that in the last full episode about energy healing, that I said that you could go meet the people at the Institute for Human Potential, but that was incorrect. It's the Institute for Human Potential Mastery. I've been informed that my error has caused a lot of consternation, and
Just an Ivo.
I'm trying.
Is it Ivo complaining again?
Well, I'm not gonna say that or not, but I needed to issue a correction to make sure that
that we don't lose funding, basically.
We don't need to make those kind of mistakes here. We are professional podcasters. We don't make those kind of mistakes.
We don't.
And I want to issue a sincere apology to all 10 of you listeners that I will not be making such mistakes again.
Yeah. And it's important for us to make these mistakes now, because we are professional podcasters and we are only going up from here. So we have to get all the mistakes out of our system, and it's only been a year. So.
Mm-hmm. I was specifically told that I was not living up to my potential by making such errors in judgment. So, I want to rectify that.
That's good. Well,
yeah.
I don't have any corrections to make. Everything I said in the last episode, actually, I listened to it and it was very good. We nailed it. We nailed it. Hold on. What did I say about? There was one thing about, I did some further research, and taking ayahuasca doesn't just make you sick and then you see things. Like, there's other components to it from my further research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you read this?
Oh, I took a trip to a yoga retreat, and
I see.
Yeah.
You were informed by the yoga instructors about this?
Yeah, it was the process of the yoga retreat that allowed me to, on my trip up to the yoga retreat to, open my eyes a little bit better. But everything else I said, solid.
Yeah, pretty spot on.
Pretty spot on.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Good. Once again, the philosophy moonshiners come at you again with another hot episode. Yep.
Exactly.
So what are we talking about tonight?
I don't know,
man.
We
got?
Let's talk about work for a minute. Let's see. No. Okay. No, actually, I'll start here. This is my second time going to a spin class. Spin classes are intense and they're fun. I have been reflecting on the way that exercise is gendered. So, like, the spin class is just women. Like, it's just all women on the bikes. And it makes me like, it's like, it causes me like, not any kind of, I don't feel any kind of way about it. I actually love it. But it's fascinating because to me, it's an extremely egalitarian exercise. You can bring the intensity and the resistance and all these things yourself. So it's kind of like an ideal workout. Like, if you need a more intense workout than another person, there's a knob for that, And mine, I mean, there were definitely people there that have their knob higher than mine. Like, my child definitely, sets her knob higher than mine. I'm just only gone 2 times now, But
yeah,
it's very fun. I've been enjoying it. It's 30 minutes. This one I've gone to. There's different ones throughout the week.
Do you wear yoga pants when you go to your spin class?
No, I wear running shorts because I'm still a man. Like, I still have to keep my gender line.
We're not totally asexual and amorphous yet.
No.
I see.
I don't wear the most egalitarian pants, which are yoga pants. But maybe I will one day. Actually, I probably will. I likely will one day, and we'll get to that in a moment. But I don't
think you should. Nobody needs to see the outline of your inner leg.
You don't know, man. Somebody out there might.
I don't.
Well, I won't wear them on mic.
Okay.
Um,
So, even though I can only see above your waist.
yeah. You don't even know if I have pants on. So you're worried about yoga pants. You don't know. Um,
It's okay.
anyway,
I'm wearing a tuxedo bottom.
yeah, just the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Black pants is what you
Just the
mean.
bottom. Mm-hmm.
Last week I went to the class for the first time, and the bikes are they're not regular bikes. A stationary bike's different from a real bike, and the main difference is that the flywheel in it is like 45 pounds, so it carries a lot of momentum. And
Mm-hmm.
I learned the hard way that you can't slow it down or stop it with your feet because it has too much momentum. And there was a part like really early, I'm barely adjusted to the bike, and they're like, now everybody stand up and pedal hard. So I stand up and pedal hard, but they didn't say also raise the resistance. So my legs just run away on me. And it's like, I'm like, shit, okay. I need to, like, it's going way too fast and I need to change something. And I'm trying to figure out what to do. And in a moment of like trying to, like, I need a moment to figure out what the fuck to do. I tried to like back brake like on a bicycle, and it created this like distortion in the momentum field that caused me and the entire bike to go completely over. It
Oh,
was,
jeez.
yeah, I crashed a stationary bike.
Was everybody just like looking at you like, what the fuck?
Yeah, a lot of people did do that. And everybody, like today, everybody's like, man, I was just surprised at how fast you were able to get back up and get back on the bike. And it was like, that's just the power of embarrassment. Like,
I'm fine.
I'm fine. Nope, doesn't hurt. I'm fine. But I think I am going to be a yoga instructor. I think I'm going to work on
Yeah.
that. I talked about that. We were just talking about that, I guess, before we recorded, right?
So, what are you going to, what kind of yoga are you going to do? Isn't there like different types of yoga that you can instruct in?
Well, I'm going to instruct in Raja Yoga, which is the purest art of yoga that's not about movement, it's about spiritual growth. But I'll probably use some form of Hatha yoga to do that, like, but that just means the whole time I'm going to be like, now touch your toes. Now think about how you're connected to everything. And I'm just going to do that the whole time. I'll have to get a spiel down, but I feel like podcasting is pretty close to getting a spiel down.
You could just play the podcast.
Oh, hell yeah. We're going to have a lot of episodes about yoga poses. And we'll be talking about them in sequence for about 45 minutes, no reason.
Yeah. Lots of memos are just about yoga now.
Yeah. That's what I've been
Interesting.
doing. Feeling good, though. Feeling good.
I want to become a toy influencer. Oh, listener, you can watch us on YouTube now.
Watch us. You'll see our logo and hear our voice.
I'm using heavy air quotes on watch, but we have started the YouTube channel. It's still a work in progress, but there's stuff on there. Go check it out. Get us those YouTube numbers. Get us that 100,000 subscribers silver medallion that me and Josh could argue over who gets to keep in their office.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Well, it'll be like a Super Bowl ring where you win it, but you still have to pay for it. So we'll each just have to pay for it.
No, I think they just send it to you.
Oh. Well, I made the YouTube account, so they'll probably send it to me. I made the RSS account, so they'll probably send that to me too.
No. Well, I had the Discord I had the Discord and the Patreon.
And as the shitty business manager, you never actually started a business.
I looked into it. It's $250.
Well,
I don't got that kind of money.
I'll use my yoga studio money to pay for that when it's relevant. When we have like 12 listeners.
It's okay. Look forward to a lot of toy hunting videos on the YouTube channel in the near future.
You don't even know what you'll find on the YouTube.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at any news. I've kind of been, because of my trip to my yoga retreat that I went on up in Atlanta, I have been like dietary fasting. I went vegan again for a while for this to kind of like cleanse, and that's part of why I've been feeling great too. I haven't had caffeine. I told you that. I actually had espresso today for the first time in like 3 weeks, only because I went to like a coffee shop and I didn't want to get nothing. So It was good.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. I just don't feel like caffeine anymore since
Yeah,
this
well,
trip
caffeine's bad
to
for
my
you.
yoga retreat.
Yeah, you shouldn't do caffeine. Bad for you.
No, it is bad for you actually. It raises your cortisol levels, and if you drink caffeine every day, you know. But small amounts are fine. Like I'm probably gonna incorporate some green tea since our tea episode actually.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually, do you ever drink green tea? I know you don't drink caffeine.
Rarely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy doing more of like the Japanese green tea where you're making like a very small pot, you know? I have,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the type you steep for like, the first steeping is for like 20 seconds. And then the second steeping is like 30 seconds. And, third steeping is a little bit, you're not going to get so much bitterness. That's going to be the best cup of tea. And I enjoy that. I enjoy processes, man. Um, that's why I enjoy smoking a pipe occasionally because it's a process.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that.
Yeah. Tell the project manager all about how you like processes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've been watching the news though. I'll update you,
Update me on
Joshua.
the news. Is
You
it
know what's
good or
cool?
it's gotten pretty good now, right?
Yeah, we're entering into some cool territory. You know what's cool? Nationalizing Washington D.C. That's cool.
Wait, what do you mean nationalizing Washington D.C.?
I mean, we're basically gonna run it as a military state. We got the National Guard called in. We federalized the police force. Trump has declared that there's a crime
Oh,
pandemic and stuff like that.
but just in
He told the
Washington
mayor
State or Washington D.C.
Washington D.C.
Yeah.
because it's like, and then like everyone's just like, oh well, he can. I don't know. I guess he could do that. And then now he's threatening like, if Ma'am Donnie gets like elected in D.C., he's gonna do it there. He's gonna do it to L.A. and Chicago. This is cool. This is all good stuff. This
Oh
is all
yeah.
fine. Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm so glad I haven't been watching or paying attention to the news. So I'm kind of like, after this intense trip to my yoga retreat, I don't know, man. I've been feeling a different perspective and a different energy on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna say that the news doesn't matter, right? The happenings in the world, like it's good to be informed and kind of know what's going on and all that. But at the same time, man, like I'm trying to shed the intake of negative energy, right? The world, and this is something that you actually already kind of are on this vibe a lot anyway, although you still stay informed. But it's not particularly helpful to look and be like, wow, everything fucking sucks, because then we internalize that and that turns into negative energy that we hold in our lives. And how does that come out? We're not doing any helpful things for the people around us. And that's really at the end of it. If folks, if the city you live in gets nationalized, we've already told you the way through. It's community. And you don't build community by like watching the news and losing your shit, you know? That's the real
Mm-hmm.
lesson, because the bad things are astrologically, um they're in the stars and they're probably definitely coming because it's there in the story for the next, until like 2032 or 2035. And we just got to make it that 7 to 10 years, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then, because of the super intense space war that is probably going to be the battleground for World War III. And that'll be cool because you'll see like explosions in space. And you'll have to have nuclear fusion come out of it. It'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, we just have to get there, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like a 50-50 on that.
Like a 50-50, man.
Mm-hmm. But I don't want to talk about any of that shit. I don't care about any of that stuff, right? I don't live in DC.
No. Well, yeah.
um, what I do want to talk about is, once again, me, like Rush Limbaugh, have a 99.8% accuracy rate, right?
Yeah.
And I want to talk about how, like, when we talked, I think it was about the Epstein stuff, about how They're going to do everything they can to get people to not pay attention to Epstein. And here we are. The U.S. Sun, like I called it, is that Tulsi Gabbard out there telling everybody that UFOs are real and we're going to release all the evidence.
Yeah. Did you
called it?
Yeah.
Fucking called it.
Did you watch that I'm going to put it in big air quotes podcast? The segment on it?
Pod Force 1? No,
Yeah.
I did not. But
Bro,
I know of it.
It's so fucking stupid. It literally looks like it was made by AI, but then the fact that you know it's actually real people, I'm just, listener, like, if you subscribe to Pod Force 1, like, monetarily, if you support them with money, or if you know somebody that does, do them a favor and tell them about us, because we produce way better content. Now, we will likely never have, much to Dale's disappoint. We will never likely have Tulsi Gabbard on here, but
yeah, maybe one day.
Maybe
I could tell her how cute she is.
You like that Silver Street,
It's my surf queen. I mean, she could do no wrong in my eyes.
Yeah. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong that she could do at all.
No, nothing. Yeah, so I just want to point that out that once again, me, 100% right.
That's why.
Where's my paper?
That's why I keep you around, man.
Yeah, here we go.
Nice.
My certificate from whatever the fuck Rush Limbaugh used to say that he got his ratings from on accuracy. That's where I got that from.
Oh, you pulled that from the Discord. What else we got?
Yeah, where do you think I put this stuff in
I know.
there?
Well, I put that one in there. You did kind of steal mine after saying you wanted to talk about whatever the Skydance thing is. You chose to steal mine.
Yeah, you can talk about the Skydance one.
I have no idea what the fuck that is. Like,
it's about the merger between CBS,
thank you,
or Paramount and Skydance that mysteriously got cleared after they told Trump that they'd give him like $16 million.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, mysteriously that merger got passed, and Stephen Colbert lost his job also in that same
Is that what
week.
happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what...
I don't pay attention.
That's all
I don't
related.
give a fuck about any of that shit. So, like, I don't pay attention to any of it. So, what is Skydance? What do they make or do?
So Skydance is David Ellison's. I think it's David Ellison is his name. The son of the guy who owns Cisco Systems, right?
Okay.
Owns that production company, and they make all of the Mission Impossible movies and a bunch of other stuff.
I have literally never watched a Mission Impossible movie. I can't think of a movie that I want to watch less than a Mission Impossible movie. Except there is one.
The Mission Impossible movies are so good.
I highly doubt it. This is the energy I have to bring contractually to the podcast. A crank?
Yeah. Yeah, you are the crank. Yeah, David Ellison. He is the son of Larry Ellison, the founder of Oracle.
That's not even the right server system.
Well, I had to remember what it was. I do everything based off of memory, and my memory is 90% accurate, unlike my facts, which are 100% accurate.
Yeah. 90% accurate. That's about right. You approximately know many things.
I do. I have much approximate knowledge.
Yep. And I have a lot of approximate knowledge, and we just like combine our approximate knowledges, and eventually we kind of arrive at a place that's correct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I want to apply my approximate knowledge and talk about movies to Ice Cube's War of the Worlds. Are you excited, Joshua?
Yes. Talking about there being no movies I'd rather not watch, or rather watch less than Mission Impossible. You have picked the one that I couldn't even make myself watch for this. So because I was on an information cleanse,
Yeah. Well, that is a major crux of this movie, is cleansing information.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yes, man, because we did talk about it a little bit, right? In the energy healing episode. I think. Um,
Maybe.
I
I
think
don't know.
so.
Before or after this episode, we have mentioned that I'm going to talk about this.
Yes. And so I want to make sure that I make the best possible meal. You know, like choice. When the aliens come and they're eating people and they eat like, you know, this person, it's like, oh, that just tastes like what is it? What's the stupid dating show that everybody's fucking watching now? You know, it's like a bachelor like show. Love Island?
I mean, there's a bunch.
Or
Oh, yeah.
so,
There's
some
Love
shit
Island.
like that. They're gonna be like, ooh, this person tastes like Love Island, Golden Bachelor or what the fuck ever. And then they're gonna get to me and be like, wow, this person doesn't even read the news. Choice.
This is like,
or wait, no,
the saltine cracker of humanity.
Yeah, not choice. I guess if I don't have the information, yeah, that's good too. Maybe they'll spit me back out.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not going to do anything to you. They don't actually eat anybody, surprisingly.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
all
kind.
right. You ready?
Let's dive
for me
into
to
it.
get into it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know any of the characters' names because it was completely irrelevant to the movie, right?
Yeah.
This is very clearly a COVID film too, because like there's like 3 scenes where people are actually in the same room together and they're all like 10 feet apart from each other. So there's that to it. So you ever watch the movie Unfriended?
I think it's
like
pretty well established that I'm not a big movie watcher.
Okay. Well, for the listener, for the 10 people who are in this, like listening to this, who have not watched this movie, Unfriended is kind of like the first movie to do this, where it's all based off of the screen and the apps and everything else like that, right? And it's a group of friends, and they're all like in instant messenger groups and stuff like that. And the person that died, who was part of the friend group, starts killing them in various ways, and you can see it happening in the
I remember
camera and
seeing
stuff
I
like
remember
that.
seeing the trailers for that.
Unfriended 1, pretty good. Unfriended 2, kind of mid.
Yeah.
Anyways, but that's like where this whole genre started, right? So continuing in that wonderful tradition, right, is this movie, War of the Worlds, starring Ice Cube, production date 2025, right?
Can you give it in the star date?
Let's see. Can I give it in the star date? No, I can't.
No.
So the movie opens with, we see Ice Cube pop up in his little screen, kind of like how we have here, right, with his camera on facing him.
Well, not for our
And
listeners, just for me and you.
Yeah. He's directing an NSA raid, no, an FBI raid on this hacker who has information about Project Goliath is what it is, right? And they're trying to arrest him, and he's like doing all the background stuff of like sending the warrant and getting information and like spying on the neighbors through like the Wi-Fi and stuff like that. So he's doing all that NSA spy bullshit, right?
Just like a real public enemy would, you know?
Yeah. And a major plot point of this movie is that he's also spying on his kids the entire time via all his like NSA hacking tools and stuff like that. Like he's hacking into his like daughter's phone to like listen in on their conversation with the boyfriend. She's like tracking his son's like movements and stuff by his cell phone and GPS locations. He's hacking into the CCTV TV like connections to watch his daughter at the coffee shop and then like calling her to tell her not to buy the bagel and stuff like that.
hey, I saw them drop that bagel on the floor in the back. Don't get the bagel.
Yeah, it's like that. He's like, and the whole plot point is that she's also pregnant too, right? We'll get into that later.
Okay.
So he's doing all that stuff, and then like the raid goes bad because it wasn't there. It was all like a faked out because like the hacker's so good and so smart that he like tricked him and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, another thing is that Longoria, what's her first name?
Eva Longoria.
Eva Longoria is in the movie too,
yeah.
right? And she's a scientist that works for NASA. So,
yeah.
She's like,
does she wear glasses?
For whatever reason,
is she like a sexy scientist?
Yes. So she's like also friends with Ice Cube for reasons that we don't get into at all. And so she's like starts messaging him is like, "Have you heard that like all the satellites are out? Like we can't communicate with anybody and stuff like that. Do you know what's happening?" He's like, "Bitch, I don't know nothing." Right? And turns out that like the aliens have knocked out all the satellites and stuff like that with meteors and are now like crash landing onto the planet and stuff like that. They're landing in all the major metropolitan areas, like in the regular War of the Worlds, where they smash into the ground and then the tripods come out of the meteors and stuff like that, right? And he's like coordinating the FBI agent and Eva Longoria and like a couple other people to like investigate. And he's still in his chair. He never gets up out of the chair for like the first half of the movie.
Yeah, I'm looking
And
at stills. I just did like a Google image search, and it's just pictures of him in a chair with like looking angry, like he's just mad, staring into the camera. And then Eva Longoria in every still I see has AirPods in her ears, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna say I'm so fucking tired of seeing AirPods all the time. Now I'm a person that does often have AirPods in, but like that's fine. But do we got to put them in movies and shit like the whole time?
Yes, because that's a major plot point too. Is that this movie is the most corporate sponsored movie I've ever seen in my entire life, right?
Even
and
more
the
than
reason she has the
Transformers?
AirPods, yes, the reason she has them in is so she can talk to Ice Cube on the internet. So he reports to NSA director, whatever the fuck his name is, right? And he's like, "What's happening? We need a status report and stuff like that." And surprise, surprise, we'll find out at the end of the movie. I'm spoiling this whole movie, listener, because it's stupid as shit.
Dale is saving you.
Yeah, I'm
saving you
the
the
time
effort
to watch this. We find out that he was the bad guy who like started Project Goliath and all that other stuff. So we get through it. The aliens are attacking. He's doing all kinds of silly stuff. His daughter also is like, I guess, a graduate student in some biotech lab, and they're like, she's learned how to make like a virus, I guess, that reprograms cells into killing themselves or something like that.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that
that'll
doesn't
become
sound like some shit that's
later.
going to happen in COVID 2, you know?
Yeah. So she's working on that, and that'll become relevant. And her boyfriend is a delivery driver for Amazon, and that is also a major plot point.
and a sponsorship. You too could be a Amazon Flex driver.
So here's my problem with the movie is all the sponsorship stuff. So I'm going to do the sponsorship like derail on this. Is that no less we have Apple sponsored programs on there, right? We have Microsoft Teams. So he talks to Eva Longoria through Teams.
But
right?
why not use FaceTime? Hold on now. If Apple's already
sponsored,
okay.
Shut up. He's using FaceTime to talk to his kids, right? On his computer. He's using Teams to talk to Eva Longoria and the FBI agent.
Well, because that's for
he's
work.
Using Zoom. Yeah, he's using Zoom though to talk to his boss and the Joint Chiefs and the president.
Well, that's because it's for work, but internal.
And then he's like using the iPhone call as well from his computer so he can call his kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, because he doesn't want a clear connection. He wants it to constantly be breaking up and not like working.
Yeah. He also uses Spotify to listen to music.
Oh, wow. So it's all placements, but it's like digital product placements.
Yeah, and none of it makes sense because like if you're already using Teams, why are you using fucking and he's coordinating stuff on Teams with the director and stuff like that, and then going on a Zoom call to talk to him in person. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Teams already has that function.
Yeah.
Like, why are you using two separate programs for this?
Yeah.
So he does all that stuff, and then and lo and behold, right, we do this whole thing with the son and everything else like that, and it turns out the son is the hacker, right? And then he's like, "Dad, I know what the problem is." And then we get into like the the point of the movie is that the aliens are after our data. Oh, and there's also Facebook placements as well, because
Oh.
we go to the dead wife's Facebook page to listen to the last voicemail message that she sent through Facebook Messenger to him.
Yeah, is this while like
Where
some
it's like-
lull in the movie where he's just like sitting there scrolling? He's just like, okay, all right, yeah, going through his Facebook.
No, that's actually exactly right. And then like, so the aliens are not after people, right? They don't want any of our resources. They want our data, right? So they're attacking all of the major server centers and data centers and stuff like that, and infiltrating with the tripods to get into the servers, and they're just downloading everything, right? And when they download it, it's not like they just download a copy. No, they just download it and remove it from the
Okay,
servers,
yeah.
right? So there's a scene where they're looking at like the server like amounts, and then you see the red bars going down to zeros because the servers are being emptied out.
They're sucking our servers dry.
Yeah, that's literally what they say. And then he flips over back to Facebook, right? And he sees all the pictures of the dead wife and him started getting deleted from her Facebook page until the Facebook page disappears, and then the message disappears, and he sheds like a single tear. But at no point in this movie, right, with the aliens downloading and destroying all of the data, does he drop a Zoom call? Does Teams go down? Does
well, because
iMessage
these are
not
all
work?
reliable products.
Yeah. And then at some point, right, the daughter's outside and she gets attacked by one of the tripods, right? And she gets injured. So he hacks into a Tesla, right? And then she gets into the backseat of the Tesla, and then he uses the Tesla autopilot to send her to the hospital. But the hospital's full, and then he sends her to like a safe house, and then has the boyfriend go find her, right? And she has like the metal rod right there in her leg and stuff like that. And I swear to God, they pull it out, and there's a lot of blood, and then he takes out his Amazon packing tape and then wraps it with the packing tape.
And that's because you can always
bleeding.
trust an Amazon driver, you know?
Uh-huh. So they eventually discover that the tripods are both mechanical and biological, right? Because Eva Longoria is in one of the servers, and she like hacks off one of the tentacles and stuff like that. And they see all the mechanical parts, and then they see that there's blood inside. So obviously that they must be biological, right?
Obviously.
So they just come up with this cockamamie scheme, right? To download a virus into the... Well, actually, they do
That's
this
not cockamamie. Will Smith did that. Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum did that.
And his son, right, team up now, right? Because he finds out that he's the hacker, and then like he's like Project Goliath is... So Project Goliath is a NSA program to basically download and like espionage, spy on everybody.
Oh, it's Palantir,
and like,
basically.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's that what is it? That Bush era thing where they were spying on everybody, but it's that on steroids, apparently, right? It's the thing. And they say that like that's what attracted the aliens in the first place, is the fact that they have this big source of data now that they want, because it's just downloading everybody's data. And then like when he confronts the NSA director on it, he's like, "Yeah, you shouldn't have known that. Well, now I'm cutting you out." So they cut him out, and like he's still in the office. So they just lock him in the office, but nobody comes to get him. Nobody comes to arrest him. And then his son like reinstates all his privileges. So then Ice Cube is just back at the computer, right? At no point does anybody try to come and arrest Ice Cube.
Well,
and you'll also find out that the big data center that houses the Goliath program is in the bottom of the building that Ice Cube is in, right? So him and his son call up his son's hacker buddies, and they make like a Trojan horse like program, and they try to destroy the tripods with it, right? But the tripods are resistant to it because they're half biological, so the biological side protects them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then they hit upon the wonderful idea, right, that the daughter's, for some reason, right, the daughter's program that can cause cells to kill itself, right, is also a computer program So they put that
just like
onto a
just like
thumb
any
drive.
other mRNA spike protein, right?
Yeah. So they put that into a thumb drive. But they need to get it to Ice Cube because they're going to put it into Goliath and have the robots like download it from there, right?
Nice.
So guess how they get it to him?
Hold on a minute. All right, let me think. They use Dropbox.
No, it's too big.
Oh,
The file's too big to get.
they don't
to
want to
them
pay for
via
Dropbox.
the
They
internet.
use Megashare or something.
No, they don't use Mega Upload. No, what they do is because the boyfriend is an Amazon driver, he has the Amazon delivery drone on him. And then Ice Cube places an order for the thumb drive through Amazon so that the delivery driver boyfriend can send it to him via the drone.
And he had to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the boyfriend puts on his VR goggles, right, and starts piloting the drone through the city, right? And at some point, the drone gets hit by one of the tripods and knocked over, and there's a homeless guy, right? It's because it's like in the middle of the street, and it sees like the homeless guy because he's watching it through the CCTVs and like stuff like that. So they tell the homeless guy that they'll give him like a free cell phone data plan or whatever, and he doesn't want it. And then they told him like, okay, we'll give you $1,000 Amazon gift card.
Yeah.
Right. And then he goes and he flips over the drone and they can get the Ice Cube.
Nice. Nice.
So then Ice Cube finally leaves the room, right? And at some point he's talking to the NSA director about it. And the NSA director says, like, well, they can never get there because the servers are air gapped, right? Which doesn't make any fucking sense. Right?
Well, hold on, let me see. You could, I mean, Bluetooth is not an air gap. That's data transfer. Wi-Fi is data transfer. Now, if you encoded it into a wave, and then this is actually fascinating because I don't know if anybody's ever tried this. I'm sure somebody has because it's not that crazy of an idea. Could you then take that data as a wave, not a wave file, but like as a waveform, and feed it into a, do you know about transformers and how induction coils work? You feed it into a transformer, and then the other side of the other coil picks it up, that there's no actually data transfer. They would have to then be able to just read the magnetic wave. That's actually, maybe that's how the server's set up.
No, they mean literally it's just air gapped, like you would normally assume the way that you would say that about computers.
You can only access it through Wi-Fi.
So, like, I was just like, okay, I'm done. Everything about this movie is stupid. When he said that, but so Ice Cube finally leaves his office, right, to go down to the server room to plug in the thing. In between all that, he releases all the files and he like makes it known that he's the one that's doing it and stuff like that. Still, no one comes to arrest him when he does that. And then he plugs it in. The aliens attack it. They download the killer virus that's also a biological virus, and they all drop dead.
Yeah.
And then we have like the after scene, like the
and
NSA
they're big.
director.
They're big, like massive, or are they
Mhm.
like pretty manageable sized?
No, they're like big. They're like the big tall.
Yeah, yeah.
The only
And they're
cool thing about
biological, so they're gonna rot. Like,
yeah. The only cool thing about the walkers is that there's a point where they like tangle up the rockers with like the legs and stuff like that, but then the top part just pops off and becomes a little ship.
oh,
That was
nice.
kind of cool.
That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
They used that Luke Skywalker technique.
Yeah. So at the end of the movie, right, they arrest the NSA director because he was like going off the lamb and stuff like that, and they pin it all on him with the Project Goliath stuff. And then the president calls Ice Cube, right, saying that like they still want to do this like massive data surveillance thing, but they want to do it ethically, and they want him to be in charge of it.
Yeah.
And he just goes, "No, I got bigger fish to fry." And like he's joined forces with his son as like this hacker collective. And
Yeah.
then that's how the movie ends.
But he doesn't leave the office still. He just
No, he doesn't.
he's like, I got bigger fish to fry, but can I keep my
No,
office?
the last thing that we see, he's like talking to the president on like his phone on FaceTime.
Yeah, nice. What president do you think, Trump or Biden, is more likely to use FaceTime? Probably Biden. Trump probably is an Android
Biden.
user.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, Andrew, Apple doesn't let the bad guys use the phones.
No, yeah. That's why you don't have an Apple. Because on
Mhm.
this podcast, you're the bad boy. Bad boy Dale.
I am the bad boy. Bad boy of post reality.
Bad boy of podcast.
Anyways, that's this dumbass movie,
That's this
and
dumbass
I just saved
movie.
you 90 minutes of your time.
That is
listener.
stupid as fuck. Did he say bye Felicia at any time? Because I only want to watch movies where he says bye Felicia.
No, he didn't.
Oh.
Really, just absolute Z tier script. The dumbest fucking thing I've ever. I lost it, like I started laughing so hard that the missus had to like tell me to knock it off when the Facebook pictures started just being deleted.
Yeah, I bet. That's hilarious. You
Uh,
only have pictures of your wife that you love a lot, presumably, on Facebook.
yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
Just the absolute dumbest shit.
That is
So,
crazy
but yeah,
and hilarious.
it was wall to wall like big conglomerate tech company propaganda and like marketing and stuff like that. It was unbelievable. When they started using Zoom when he's on Teams, I was just like, I can't fucking.
You know what that
can't.
is? Actually, you think about that. You know what that is? That's when that's because during COVID, all these big tech, these exact companies you're talking about, that was like, guys, our fucking day has come. We're about to get paid, you know. And now we're still dealing with the fucking fallout of that shit. Everybody wants to do my child just started high school, and
Mhm.
there's a PTO meeting on, I don't know, coming up. I got a thing for it. And it's a fucking Zoom meeting. Like, and I understand it's convenient shit. I've been PTO president and shit like that before, but this is a school that is cool and it's got like a whole community thing to it. Make that shit like if the couple of people that are introvert don't want to go to the meeting, then make them just watch it on Zoom and not participate, you know? Like, everything doesn't have to fucking be on Zoom still, you know?
Mhm.
What are you? Are you pro Zoom or are you pro in-person meeting?
Oh, I love in-person meeting.
I do too, man.
hate
I like
Zoom
to be
meetings.
there amongst the people, you know? All right, dear listener, gather around here in the soft glow of this Zoltar machine with me, and let's see our fortune for this week. I've been moved, and I know somebody out there really needs to hear this. And unlike most weeks, I haven't read the card yet, so it's a new one. All right. You've had to balance your time recently between work and friends. Your work consists of whatever you are obliged to do, and your play consists of whatever you are not obligated to do. Just remember that better is a person of humble standing who works for oneself than one who plays the great person but lacks food on the table. This is a delicate balance indeed, for if you do not get it right, you may be likened to a tree whose branches are numerous but whose roots are few. The winds come along and uproots it and sweeps it down. You will soon master this balance. Work and love. These are the basics of life to master indeed. That's a weird sentence. And fuck that. I didn't like that one. That one was not for me. That's some stupid,
You don't like work-life balance?
I love work-life balance, but this shit's saying like, well, you really need to focus on work. And you know
I
what?
don't think it says that.
That's how I interpret it.
Mm.
Remember, it's okay to play and have fun with your friends, but you got to put food on the table, buddy.
I mean, you do.
You do. That's a stand based on fear. It perpetuates fear of lack.
Fear of lack?
Yeah, fear of, what do you call this? Like, fear of not having enough.
Oh, fear of want.
Fear of want. No, not fear. Yeah, I guess so. Fear of want. Yeah. Anyway, I think we are at 45 minutes, Dale. And we're at 48 minutes, Dale.
Mm-hmm.
And we promised our listeners that we would stop putting out hour-long memos.
Yeah, so we got 11 minutes left.
Yeah. All right. Final business.
I've lost 16 pounds on the JW diet.
Dude, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Freak on a Leash by Korn is classic rock now.
How does that make you feel?
Old. But I was listening. I was at the rock. I've been going back to the rock gym and climbing occasionally. I'm not doing it like I was there all the time, but they've been really doing this like kind of a lot of 90s alternative, but then like early 2000s stuff like Korn. And it came on, and I didn't like the song really. I didn't care for Korn at the time, but I was like, man, this song feels good. This song fucking slaps.
All right. One last question for you before we go to bed. Korn or Disturbed?
Korn. I fucking hate Disturbed. And I won't say I hate people who like Disturbed because I don't hate anybody. But I generally don't like people who like Disturbed very much.
Wow.
Do you like
Shots
Disturbed?
fired.
What's your answer?
I do.
Yeah, well,
I
that's
prefer
okay.
Disturbed.
I don't hate anybody. So I don't even really hate
Yeah, but you're
Disturbed.
not-
I just don't prefer their music at all. I don't like Disturbed. I don't like Slipknot. I don't like Stone Sour. I barely tolerate Tool. Yeah, those not all that genre because I like Godsmack. I
Mhm.
love System of a Down.
Oh yeah, who doesn't?
Pretty good with Korn.
What about 9 Inch Nails? You down with them?
Oh, I love Nine Inch Nails, man. Trent Reznor is an artist. Like his work outside of Nine Inch Nails is really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember what movie he did the soundtrack on right now.
He did the soundtrack to that jazz movie, the Pixar one.
Yes, that.
Mm-hmm.
Soul, right?
Yep.
That is a
He
good.
did that.
That is a good fucking movie too. Listener, if you've never watched Soul, the Pixar movie, I put it in. It might be my number one Pixar movie pick.
Really? Number one?
Number one, because Megamind is DreamWorks.
Mm-hmm. My number one Pixar movie? The Incredibles. Followed closely by
Incredibles
Cars 2.
is up there. I've never watched Cars. We've talked about this, but Incredibles is definitely maybe number 2. Let's rank Pixar movies for the rest of the episode. Toy Story actually is a really good. All the Toy Story movies are actually pretty good.
Incorrect. Toy Story 4 sucked
Well, I haven't
balls.
seen. I saw 1, 2, and kind of 3.
No. Anyways. Yeah. Put a pin in this. Next memo. We're ranking Pixar movies.
Next memo. Well, we kind of just. Are there more?
There's like 100 of them.
Yeah.
We got plenty. We got the TV shows now on Disney Plus that we can rank too.
Oh, we'd have to go watch them.
I've already watched them.
Yeah. How do you have? It's
TTYL
this is why
listener.
It takes. Good night. I think we can drop a little spoiler here, but we'll have a larger release about this. That changes are coming, folks. We're nearing the end of season 2. Nearing the end of it.
We have some good couple last episodes coming out for you.
Yeah.
Both themed.
Yep. Big changes, great episodes, big things coming down the pipeline.
Yep. Josh is going to adjust his knob.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys about how to touch your toes and adjust your knob.
Okay. That's enough of that.